Kanvitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaiva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshitarine Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, one moment. I'll share the screen. Can you see the screen? Can you see the verse? Bolo, yes, no?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is visible.
Yeah, this is the pranam mantra for Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Advaitam Harin Advaita. Recite. Unmute and recite. Everyone together. Quickly.
Advaitam Hari Advaitam
Advaitam Harin Advaita.
Advaitam
Hari
Advaitam
Advaitad
Acharyam Bhakti Samsanat.
Acharyam Bhakti
Bhakti
Samsanam
Samsanat
Bhaktavataramisam Tam.
Bhaktavatam
Bhaktavataram Tam
Bhaktavataramisam Tam.
Bhaktavataram Isham Tam
Advaitacharyam Ashraye.
Advaitacharyam
Advaitam. Advait, his name is Advaita. And why he is known as Advait? Because he is non-different. Dvait means difference. That is Dvaitvad. Dvaitvad means there is a difference between the living entity and the Supreme Lord. But there is no difference in the Supreme Lord and Advaita Prabhu. Because he is Harin Advaita. He is non-different from Lord Hari. The same Lord Hari in his incarnation has appeared as Advaita Acharya. So Hari is not appearing as the Supreme Personality himself, but he is appearing as Acharya. Why he is appearing as Acharya? To bestow bhakti, bhakti samsanat, to propagate the process of devotional service. Devotional service cannot be bestowed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He is fully dependent on the devotees. So, the Supreme Lord Vishnu, in his incarnation as Advaita Acharya, is taking the position of an Acharya, of a spiritual teacher, so as to be able to promulgate, propagate, and bestow bhakti. So, his incarnation is called Bhaktavataram. Panchatattvam Atmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam. So, who's Bhaktarupa? Who is Bhaktarup? The Panchatattva.
Advaitacharya.
Huh?
Advaitacharya.
No. Advaitacharya is not Bhakta Rupa. Who is Bhakta Rupa? Yes, Ravindra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He is Bhakta Rupam. And who is Swarupakam? Who is Swarupakam? Yes, Ramya?
Lord Nityananda Prabhu.
Nityananda. And Bhakta Avataram. Avatar means the incarnation of a devotee. That incarnation of a devotee is none other than Advaita Prabhu. That is Bhakta Avataram. Although he comes as a Bhakta Avatar, but he is Isham. Isham means the Supreme Lord. Like Krishna is taking the role of a charioteer. So by taking the role of a charioteer, Krishna does not become a charioteer. He is Achyuta. He never falls from his position. Similarly, Advaita Acharya is taking the role of a Bhakta Avataram. As an Acharya, as a spiritual teacher, but he is the Supreme Self, the Lord himself. Isham Tam. So Advait Acharyam Ashray. So we take shelter of Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who is Isham. Because he is not different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. So all the three Prabhus, in fact, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Panchatattvam, Atmakam Krishna, Bhakta Rupa, Swarupakam, Bhaktavataram, and Bhaktakhyam. Bhaktakhyam is Shivas Thakur. And Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Bhakta Shakti is Sri Gadadhar Pandit. So all the three Prabhus, that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself and Lord Nityananda Prabhu and even Advaita Acharya Prabhu, they are all the Vishnu Tattva, but they don't take the position of Lord Vishnu or the Supreme Personality. They are all taking the position of a devotee. So this is the Chanda avatar. This is the hidden form. And why he is called Acharya? You know, when Nimai was very young, he was a baby. At that time, Advaita Acharya Prabhu used to hold classes on Srimad Bhagavatam. And who used to attend his classes? Who was attending his classes? Quickly reply. Time come. Ryanshi, you reply. Who was attending his classes?
Prabhuji Vishwaru.
Who?
Vishwaru.
Very good. Very good. Vishwarup. Vishwarup, the elder brother of Vishwambar. And every time baby Nimai, Vishwambar used to go and tell Vishwarup that Mother Sachi is waiting for you. You please come and have prasadam. So his position is that he is teaching the bhakti cult. So that is there in this beautiful verse, the next verse. This entire chapter is dedicated on the glory of Advaita Acharya Prabhu, but I will first take that verse and then we will cover the other verses. Why he takes the position of Acharya? Jivan istarile Krishna bhakti karadana Gita Bhagavate Kaila Bhaktira Vyakhyana. So Jivan istarile, for delivering the conditioned souls who are very much absorbed in sense gratification. To deliver them, and how they can be delivered? Krishna Bhakti Karidana. He is very magnanimously distributing Krishna Bhakti. Dan is freely giving it. How? How Krishna Bhakti can be given as charity? By preaching Gita Bhagavat. By preaching Gita and Bhagavat. Gita Bhagavad Kaile Bhakti Ra Vyakhyan. So what he was teaching, and in his classes, who used to attend? Even Haridas Thakur was attending, Shivas Thakur was attending. Everyone in Navadip was attending the classes of Srimad Bhagavatam of Advaita Acharya Prabhu. He delivered all living beings by offering the gifts of Krishna Bhakti. He explained the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. It's very important. Many may speak from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, but it will not be in the light of devotional service. And because they do not have the heart of a devotee, they cannot bestow bhakti in the heart of those who hear from them. So he delivered all the living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. How? He explained Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Just hear the commentary. Although Sri Advaita Prabhu is an incarnation of Vishnu, for the welfare of the conditioned soul, he is an incarnation of Vishnu. Which Vishnu? He is an incarnation of which Vishnu? Manoram?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, incarnation of Mahavishnu Prabhuji.
No. Which Vishnu? Which Vishnu? Yes, in some places it's there, but it is also the Shurogdashai Vishnu, from where all the incarnations take place. All the incarnations take place from where? From Shurogdashai Vishnu. For the welfare of the conditioned soul, he manifested himself as the servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And throughout all his activities, he showed himself to be an eternal servitor. So he is not taking the position of the Supreme Lord, but he is taking the position of a devotee who is serving the Lord. Lord Chaitanya and Nityanand also manifested the same principle. What is the principle? Principle of being a devotee. Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam, and here it is Bhakta Avatara. Although they also belong to the category of Vishnu. If Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and Advait Prabhu had exhibited their all-powerful Vishnu potencies within this material world, people would have become greater impersonalist, monist and self-worshippers than they had already become under the spell of this age. So this was the problem. If they take the position of being their lordships, no one will hear. Krishna had already declared, Sarv Dharmani Parityaje, Mamekam Sharanam Raja. But who is following? Who is subscribing? No one. Therefore, the personality of Godhead and his different incarnations and form played the part of a devotee to instruct the conditioned souls how to approach the transcendental stage of devotional service. Advaita Acharya especially intended to teach the conditioned souls about the devotional service. The word Acharya means teacher. Apni Achari Prabhu Jivera Sikhaya. There is a difference between a speaker and a teacher and an Acharya. A speaker means he can speak whatever he thinks will be popular or whatever that will benefit him. Like the politicians or so-called motivational speakers. And what a teacher does, the teacher speaks what he thinks will be the beneficial for the student. But Acharya, he does not just speak or does not just teach. He sets the example by his own conduct and inspires. And he inspires everyone to follow him. So that is the role of Sri Advaita Prabhu. Advaita Acharya especially intended to teach the conditioned souls about devotional service. The word Acharya means teacher. The special function of such a teacher is to make people Krishna conscious. A bona fide teacher following in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya has no other business than to spread the business of Krishna consciousness all over the world. Very important. This is what we see in our founder Acharya's life. Srila Prabhupada, before he traveled to America to spread Krishna consciousness, to establish Krishna consciousness. Where he went? Just before leaving, he went to Shantipur. And he very vehemently prayed. He cried and he prayed to Advaita Prabhu to profusely bless him so that he can execute the order of his spiritual master. What is the order? To spread the principles of Krishna consciousness all over the world. The real qualification of an Acharya is that he presents himself as the servant of the Supreme. Such a bona fide Acharya can never support the demonic activities of atheistic men who present themselves as God. It is the main business of an Acharya to defy such impostors posing as God before the innocent public. So this is why he is called Advaita and Acharya, and this is the purpose for which he appeared. And he is the person who made the Lord appear. Every year we are fortunate that we go to Advaita Bhavan and we see in Advaita Bhavan in Mayapur what Advaita Acharya was performing. He was calling out. He was calling out to the Supreme Lord, Krishna, to personally advent. Tulsi dal matrena jalena chulukena va. What is the next line? I don't remember. Anyone remembers? Vikriyete atmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. So he was loudly calling out for Lord Krishna to appear. And in one instance in Chaitanya Bhagavad it is said that when he was loudly calling out, he was also giving this indication that if the Supreme Lord does not appear himself, what he is going to do? He is going to slay everyone. Then the Kalki avatar will happen before time. And who will take the role? Advaita Prabhu. So he forced the Lord to manifest by his loud calling and by his offering the Ganga Jal on his Shaligram Shila. Tulsi dal matrena jalena chulukena va vikriniyate atmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. So he saw this verse which was there in the Puran and which reinforced his resolve to make the Lord appear. There are many other verses which speak about his glory in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Some of the verses we can see. Bhakti upadesha vinu tara nahi karya ateva nama hoila advaita acharya. Vaishnavera guru te ho jagatera arya doi naam milena hoila advaita acharya. He is spiritual master of all devotees. You know who is the spiritual? He is the spiritual master of Srila Haridas Thakur. He also takes the position of a spiritual teacher with Srinivas and all the brothers of Srinivas. Who are the brothers of Srivas Thakur? Who remembers? Every year we go and stay in Srivas Angan. What are the four brothers? Pradeep? Otherwise, how can you get entry there? What are the name of the other three brothers? बोलो जल्दी बोलो. Srivas, then पुरुषोत्तम, आप बताओ.
श्रीनिधि.
श्रीनिधि. सेकंड नेम क्या है?
श्रीपति.
ना. Srivas Pandit, Sriram Pandit, Srinidhi and Sripati. There is one more who passed away. What is his name? The eldest, whose daughter is Narayani. Yes, Ramya.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sri Nalini Pandit.
See, Nalin, not Nalini. Nalin. Shri Nalin Pandit. Shri Nalin Pandit. Okay. Sri Advaita Acharya is the prime spiritual master of the Vaishnavas and he is worshipable by all the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas must follow in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya, for by so doing, he can actually engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Kamale nayenirteno jagat anga amsha kamalaksha karidhare nama avatamsha. His another name is Kamalaksha. Why? Because his eyes, he was very beautiful. Kamala nayena teho yata anga amsha kamala. Since his limbs were part of the lotus-eyed Supreme Lord, he also bears the name Kamalaksh. His eyes are as beautiful as lotus petals. So his name is Kamalaksh. Ishvara sarupe pae parishad gana chaturbhuja pitavasa yaiche narayana. His associates have the same bodily feature as the Lord. They all have 4 arms and are dressed in yellow garments. Advaita Acharya Ishwarera Amsavarya Tara Tattva Nama Guna Sakaleya Ascharya. Sri Advaita Acharya is the principal limb of the Supreme Lord. His truth, names and attributes are all wonderful. Yahara Tulasi Jale Yahara Hunkare Swagana Sahita Chaitanya Ravatare. He worshipped Krishna with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganges and called him with a loud voice, Hunkar, like the lion roars. The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on earth accompanied by his personal associates on the calling of Advaita Prabhu. Yahare dware kaila Prabhu kirtan prachara Yahare dware kaila Prabhu jagata nistara. It is through him Lord Chaitanya acted through Advaita Acharya that Lord Chaitanya spread the Sankirtan movement and through him that he delivered the world. Acharya Gosair Guna Mahima Pa Jiva Kita Kothaye Pai Vikatar Pa. The glories and attributes of Advaita Acharyas are unlimited. How can the insignificant loving entities fathom them? Acharya Gosai Chaitanya Mukha Anga Areka Angatara Prabhu Nityananda. Sri Advaita Acharya is the principal limb of Lord Chaitanya. Another limb of Lord is Nityanand Prabhu. Prabhu Raupanga Shrivasadi Bhakta Gana Hasta Mukha Netra Anga Chakradi Astra Sama. The devotees headed by, so these are the 2 big trunks of Lord Chaitanya. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, we will see the 10th chapter talks about the branches and the sub-branches of Lord Chaitanya. Adi Leela 10th. 11th chapter talks about the branches and sub-branches of Lord Nityananda. And the 12th chapter talks about the branches and sub-branches of Advaita, Acharya and Gadadhar. The devotees headed by Srivas are smaller limbs. They are like his hands, face and eyes and his disc and other weapons. E sabalaila chetan prabhu raviha E sabalaya kare na vanchit prachar. With all of them, Lord Chaitanya performed his pastimes and with them he spread his mission. What is his special feature? Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. What is the full verse? Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. Sangopanga Asraparshadam. Yagne Sankirtane Praye. Yajanti Sumedasa. So is Krishna Varnam. Krishna Varna means, you know, Varn. What are the Varn? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So Brahman Varn. Brahman is a Brahmanical person, or his family is from the Brahmanical. So which Varn he is coming from? He is Krishna Varnam. He is of the same category as Lord Krishna. He is actually Krishna. But Tvisha are Krishna. But his complexion is not Krishna. And how he is appearing? Sango Pangast Parshadam. What are his weapons? In Treta, when Lord Ram came, he had his weapon, bow and arrow. When Krishna came in Dwapar, he had his weapon. It was Sudarshan Chakra. But when Lord Chaitanya is appearing, what is his weapon? Sango Panga Adi Parshadam. So his Parshad, his associates are his weapons. And who is the main weapon? Nityananda and Advaita. And what this weapon do? They deliver the conditioned soul. And how they deliver the conditioned soul? By awarding them the process of pure devotional service. With all of them, Chaitanya performed his pastime, and with them he spread his mission. And Advaitacharya is very revered. Why? Because he is Madhavendra Puri Rai ho Shishya Jane Acharya Gosai Prabhu Guru Kari Mane. He, Advaitacharya, is the disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master, Srila Ishwar Puri, is also the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always treats him as his spiritual master. Lord Chaitanya obeys him, respecting him as his spiritual master. Because he is the disciple of the grand spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Madhavendra Puri is one Acharya in the disciplic succession from Madhvacharya. Madhavendra Puri had two principal disciples, Ishwar Puri and Sri Advaita Puri. Therefore, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya is a disciplic succession from Madhvacharya. This fact has been accepted in the authorized book known as Gaunadesh Deepika and Pramey Ratnavali, as well as Gopal Guru Goswami. The Gaur Gaunadesh Deepika clearly states the disciplic succession of the Gaudiya Vaishnava as follows. Lord Brahma is the direct disciple of Vishnu. Tena Brahma Hidaya Adi Kaviyo. The Lord of the spiritual sky, his disciple is Narad. Narad's disciple is Vyasa. And Vyasa disciples are Shukdev Goswami and Madhvacharya. Padmanabh Acharya is the disciple of Madhvacharya. And Narhari is the disciple of Padmanabh Acharya. Madhva is the disciple of Narhari. Please hear very attentively. And Akshobhya is the direct disciple of Madhva. And Jayatirth is the disciple of Akshobhya. Jayatirth's disciple is Jnana Sindhu and his disciple is Mahanidhi. Vidyanidhi is the disciple of Mahanidhi and Rajendra is the disciple of Vidyanidhi. Jaya Dharma is the disciple of Rajendra. Purushottam is the disciple of... You can see that chart is there in the Bhagavad Gita, the disciplic succession. And Shriman Lakshmipati is a disciple of Vyas Tirtha, who is a disciple of Purushottam, and Madhavendra Puri is a disciple of Lakshmipati Tirtha. लौकिक लीला ते धर्म मर्यादा रक्षण स्तुति भक्त करे न तार चरण वंदन. To maintain the proper etiquette for the principles of religion, Lord Chaitanya bows down at the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya with reverential prayers and devotion. So he takes the position of Acharya, and that position is also accepted by Lord Chaitanya himself. Lord Chaitanya considers himself to be the student. So he bows down at the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya with reverential prayers and devotion. Chaitanya Gosai ke achar kare prabhu gyan apna ke kare na tara dase abhiman. The Lord Chaitanya considered him the spiritual master, but what is the abhiman? What is the inner consciousness or conception of Sri Advaita Prabhu? Sri Advaita Acharya, however, considers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his master, and he thinks of himself as a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada is giving long term. Say abhiman sukhe apan apasare Krishna das ho jiva upadesh kare. He forgets himself in the joy of that conception and teaches all living entities, you are servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Prabhupada says the transcendental devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so ecstatic that even the Lord himself plays the part of a devotee, forgetting himself to be the Supreme. He personally teaches the whole world how to render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that role play is taken by Advaita Prabhu. Krishna Dasa Bhimane Ye Ananda Sindhu Koti Brahma Sukha Nae Tara Ek Bindu. The conception of servitude, this very important verse. Krishna Dasa Abhimane Yehi Anand Sindhu. One who has this conception or clarity that what is his position, what is his constitutional position, he is Krishna Das. Jeev Krishna Das ए विश्वास कर ले तो और दुख नहीं. Srila Sachidanand Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that if the living entity can come to this conclusion or conviction that he is the servant, he is the subordinate of the Supreme Lord, Jiva Krishna Das, ei Vishwas. This faith, this trust, if it can be invoked in the heart of the living entity, the aura dukha nahi, then there is no suffering. There is no question of suffering. The suffering is all due to trying to take the position of being an enjoyer. Hare Krishna. पुरुषोत्तम, सपना नहीं सुन रही है? सुन रही है?
यस प्रभु।
चेतन चरितामृत है आप लोग के पास या नहीं है? नहीं होगी
नहीं
और आपको जरूरत भी नहीं है, कोई इच्छा ही नहीं है. क्या करना है चेतन चरितामृत रख के? टीवी ले आना ना, टीवी सुनना, टीवी देखो. चेतन चरितामृत लग के क्या करोगे? हाँ, तुमने आपकी बार मांगी क्यों नहीं? एक चेतन चरितामृत ले लो. आपको पता है ना हमारी क्लासेस में कितनी बार चेतन चरितामृत चलता है. अभी कहाँ से देख रहे हो? फिर देख ही नहीं रहे हो. देख रहे हो वर्सेस? बोलो.
प्रभु, आप डिस्प्ले कर रहे हो
वो नहीं, आपके पास होना चाहिए. प्रभुपाद के जितने भी ग्रंथ हैं सब भक्तों के घर में कम से कम एटलीस्ट 1 कॉपी तो जरूर होनी चाहिए, इफ नॉट मल्टीपल. एटलीस्ट बेसिक मिनिमम भगवत गीता, श्रीमद् भागवतम, चेतन चरितामृत, प्रभुपाद लीलामृत. हाँ, उपदेशामृत भी होना चाहिए और नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन भी होना चाहिए. ये सब होना चाहिए. कैसे पता चलेगा कि हम उनकी परंपरा में हैं? जब उनका ग्रंथ ही नहीं रखा है तो फिर कैसे हम कह सकते हैं कि हम उनको फॉलो करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं? Prabhupada is saying the conception of servitude to Krishna generates such an ocean of joy in the soul. This is where joy will come. If we take this constitutional position, what is the constitutional position? Conception of servitude. It generates such an ocean of joy in the soul that even the joy of oneness with the Absolute, if multiplied 10 million times, would not compare to a drop of it. Krishna Dasa Bhimane Ye Ananda Sindhu Koti Brahma Sukha Nahi Tara Ek Bindu. मुये चैतन्य दास और नित्यानंद दास भाव समनाहि अन्यत्र आनंद. So why always Nityanand Prabhu? Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi. How they are always in the whirlpool of ecstasy. This is the secret. This is the most important secret. Kaviraj Goswami is saying. Muye Chaitanya Das or Nityananda, Advaita Prabhu is saying. He says Nityananda and I are the servants of Lord Chaitanya. And nowhere else is there such joy as that which is tasted in the emotion of servitude. Das bhava samanahi anyatra ananda. This who is saying? Advaita Acharya. So if one can take the position of being a subordinate, or subservient, then what he will experience? He will experience the bliss, the joy, which cannot be experienced in any other position. Param presi Lakshmi hriday vasati teho das sukha mange kariya minati. And he is giving the evidence. Advaita Prabhu is giving the evidence that the joy that he is experiencing, that even Lakshmi Devi is not experiencing. The most beloved goddess of fortune resides on the chest of Sri Krishna. Yet she too, earnestly praying, begs for the joy of service at his feet. दास्य भावे आनंदित परिषद गण विधि भाव नारद और सुख सनातन. All the associates of Lord Krishna, such as Balaram, Shiva, Narad, Sukha, Shukdev Goswami, Sanat Kumar, are very pleased in the sentiment of servitude. नित्यानंद अवधूत सब त्यागला चैतन्य दास प्रेम होइला पागल. Shri Nityananda, the wandering mendicant, is the foremost of all associates of Lord Chaitanya. He became mad in the ecstasy of service to Lord Chaitanya. So I'll stop here. It is 12 past 9. To some extent, we heard about the glory of Sri Advaita Prabhu. Although he himself is Lord Hari, but he is taking the position of a servant, a subordinate, and his purpose is to preach Krishna consciousness. And in doing so, what is he experiencing? He is experiencing the highest ecstasy. And he is bestowing that ecstasy to everyone, anyone who accepts his gift. So on this day, we should pray that the gift which Advaitacharya is bestowing, we can also become recipient. But how we can become recipient? By following his instructions. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Anyone wants to speak? 3 years back, 2 years back, we went to Shantipur. Last year? Yeah. And every year we go to Advaita Bhavan. This is the position to be, is the most coveted position. Most coveted position is not of trying to become Elon Musk or Ambani. The most coveted position is to become in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya and Nityananda. Then one can experience that everlasting bliss, joy, unlimited. Hare Krishna. I will stay in Mumbai tomorrow also, but tomorrow I'll give class. Tomorrow is a very special day. There is a program. Today also was very special. I'll brief you. Day was fully utilized, very purposeful. All what was planned was to some extent done. Tomorrow there is a ceremony of gratitude for His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So I'll attend that. So I will try by 8:30. I will try and come, and we'll have the class continuation. Yeah. And so please continue studying, reading, hearing, chanting, and sharing. श्री अद्वैताचार्य आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की जय. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई